This is a Discovery 2. It's a 2004 Land Rover. Did your dash look like this? We're gonna try to get it buttoned down today, where it rolls up like this. We went ahead and purchased this kit off of Amazon. If you get it from their actual website, it seems substantially cheaper, but the shipping is ridiculous. So off of Amazon, it's like next day, and it's $1 cheaper. The kit comes with these fine thread black screws, which I've read on many forums that the paint chips off. What I'm going to try to use is these 1 5/8 inch drywall screws. They're coarse threaded, so it should be able to bite in there a little bit better, but we'll see. That might be a mistake. This is what we're going to use. 90-degree impact driver. See how it goes. Both of these A-pillars need to come off. There's a nice guy on YouTube who showed us how to do that. You hit it here in a forward motion like this. One. Oh, shit. One's all it took. Here we go for this side. Remember, forward. That was more realistic. Last thing you need to do is take this hood over your gauges off. And that's done by lowering the steering wheel. There you go. To expose those two little screws. Mine are silver. I think yours should be black. But you take those out, and then this top hood basically clamshells off up. And once it's up, you slide it off. Just to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to use this Phillip bit extension and then an actual long extension to get back to way down in there. And then just tilt it up. Let me get this out of the way. Tilt it up and then lift it off. And go ahead and either disconnect all these cables or just let it lay here if you have enough room to get behind it. I think I'm going to disconnect all of mine. So this two-piece kit overlaps in the center. As you can see right here, this goes under this. But the reason why we take these interior A-pillars off is that the end needs to clip over, needs to clip over this edge. I've read a lot of forums, they say to heat the dash to make it easier to go down. I think that would probably be true, but if it's not going to stay down, it's not going to stay down. So what we're going to do is we're going to work this first screw in and then push down and go all the way around. Starting this in the center so there's no gap and working it all the way around. If for some reason this guy, which is connected, or I'm sorry, rounded over the edge, if there's extra meat here, we'll take it right off of this piece right here. This screw didn't take at first. I really had to push down, and it chewed up some of what's underneath the dash, which is okay because this will all be cleaned up. But I think this little guy is going to be an absolute necessity for the rest of it. All right, we're lining up the second piece right now. And when you get to the center here, you can see that there's a little bit extra. I'm keeping it really tight on the side so it doesn't touch the A-pillars. I think it does allow for you to start it touching the A-pillars and then it's the proper length. But I'm going to end up taking off about just over a ½ an inch from the end of this. And I'll use a little DeWalt reciprocating or oscillating tool to take off a little bit. I just made a quick mark. I'm going to do it outside the car.
And that's it. You just gotta clean it up.
All right, with the A-pillar back in, you can see back there, whoop, 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 how this is tight on the dash, and it clears the A-pillar perfectly. Quick recap: impact driver, a long Phillips head extension, a really long, I think it's 18-inch extension, the little 90-degree impact driver tool, and then an oscillating tool. Even though I cut mine a little bit short in the center, it's still remember to reverse everything that you took off. Does it look like $1 million? Nope. Does it look a whole ton better than it did? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Yes. It's worth the $70 some.